Because I seemingly enjoy suffering day in and day out, I decided to take another look at some Half-Life themed merchandise on the esteemed online shopping website known as Temu. I know I did this a year ago, but I figured there would be some new garbage tossed on the proverbial trash heap of online shopping, so let's take a look at what I found this time. I'm going to be honest, narrowing the products on Temu to only the ones which are Half-Life themed probably improves the quality of the slop on offer. I guess I can't begrudge anyone who shops on this site because it's not their fault they have the taste of a tongueless vulture and the interior design sensibilities of one of those formaldehyde-soaked frogs you dissect at school. All I can say is you don't need any of this stuff. But let's take a look at what Temu has on offer for the least discerning fans of Half-Life. While under no circumstances do you gotta hand it to them, you can't say Temu doesn't at least have a lot of variety. For example, you can buy this Black Mesa t-shirt for $8.75, $8.69, $10.28, $8.81, or $8.71. Allegedly, these t-shirts are all local, which I personally don't buy. Another thing I won't be buying is this obviously AI-generated slop printed on a metal poster. Look, I consider myself a bit of a Half-Life expert, but I never knew Gordon carried around an oversized hammer as his weapon of choice. Up next, we've got another AI Gordon. Again with a hammer. Why does AI insist he's got a hammer? At least the guy who draws Gordon Freeman holding a crowbar for the Half-Life box art won't be losing his job to automation anytime soon. They've also made him old for no reason, which is bad on its own, but then they also shot him in the head. This pathetic AI couldn't even get the lambda symbol right. I gotta say, whatever AI made this should be sent to a lovely server farm upstate. Now look at this Portal shirt, and how they neglect to change the color of the text when they change the color of the shirt. Who doesn't love white on white text printing? This AI generated poster for Team Fortress 2 really sucks the unique style and charm out of the game. This is the future tech bros want, where everything is generic slop, available for cheap prices on dystopian websites. This poor chap is also having an identity crisis with his top half on red and his lower bits on blue. I guess that's where the phrase blue balls comes from. Perhaps this Half-Life 2 Ravenholm t-shirt can redeem this website. It's actually of my favorite character from Ravenholm, Bob Marley. This Half-Life CD rug sounds interesting in concept, but it's probably terrible quality. And I would only actually want it if they do cut out the center hole. Apparently, this poster is supposed to feature Dr. Breen, but it really doesn't look like him at all. I also don't have any idea what he has to do with the number 4. If anything, they should have put 17 for City 17. I also couldn't find a source for this image, and I kind of suspect it could be AI. I could be wrong, maybe it is some stolen art from something unrelated to Dr. Breen, or maybe someone is like decent at painting but terrible at making the painting look like someone specific. I don't know if that's a problem people have. This beanie hat probably uses stolen art, and the shape of the hat doesn't do the art any favors. The person who made this is Metro McKay Art, and that's not who is selling it on Temu. So unless there's some kind of brand deal going on, I kind of doubt that this is legitimate. The poster seems like it's being sold by the original creator on Redbubble, so perhaps you could go support them on there. Now, let's take a look at what garbage I found on Temu last time for a quick comparison. Anyway, I searched up Half-Life on Temu's website, and here's what I found. I struggled to parse the image for this first product. Like, who the fuck is this supposed to be from Half-Life? Surely that couldn't be Gordon Freeman. What have they done to him? Apparently what's being sold here is the small poster in the background, and the sculpture of some guy's head is just there for decorations and setting the vibe. But the poster's just so small and pathetic that it doesn't even seem like the focus of the image. I also like how you can pay for this in 4 interest-free installments of $1. Now, I'm not a licensed financial advisor, but if you need to split a $4 purchase into installments, perhaps you should reconsider how you're handling your money. Now, Temu's also got these bland Half-Life themed t-shirts, which is okay, I guess. That's really all that came up that I could tie directly to the Half-Life series. Though there were these waifu scrapbooking stickers that for some reason are being labeled as from the Half-Life series. I'm guessing it's a different Half-Life series. At least they come in many styles, such as Sunset Warm Sun and Flowering Period Sometimes. The final item I'll mention here is this beautiful poster, which every gamer should hang in their bedroom. Honestly, I was a bit surprised by the lack of Half-Life products here. Even Amazon had more than this. Now, up next was Wish.com. The only Half-Life merch that they had were these t-shirts claiming to be from the Pirates of the Caribbean series. They also had a Halloween costume for that guy from Breaking Bad, so there is some variety here. Still, I was surprised about how little was available that was actually on the theme of what I searched. I had to stop scrolling down because the next thing they tried to sell me was a whole wearable silicone ass. I'm not sure what the connection to Half-Life was. Maybe it was labeled as half-assed or something. Wish was pretty disappointing for the purposes of this video, but I guess it's probably just a disappointing website in general. Putting that behind us, I moved on to AliExpress. Wow, does this website have a lot to offer? I guess there isn't that much overhead in offering a design for printing on t-shirts, masks, hats, etc., so the options here are almost limitless. One highlight from the AliExpress store are these missing textured printed objects, such as this pillow or this blanket. These are probably one of the few products on offer today that would be kind of funny to purchase as a gift for someone. They also have those wall charger posters that Amazon had, but this time one of the options is famous Half-Life character HAL 9000 for some reason. Another listing refers to the gravity gun as a science fiction pistol. There are also these Half-Life themed socks, and I found this Gordon Freeman in the style of Vincent van Gogh phone case, which I hope but kind of doubt that they got permission from the original artist, Drew Northcott, to print. It's surprising how much more Half-Life merch this site has than the other two that I looked at, and honestly the products here just went on and on, although most of them were pretty simple variations on the Lambda logo printed on various t-shirts and hats. But still, there's a lot of things here. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, please consider subscribing for more weird Half-Life 2 videos coming up soon.